Welcome back to another episode of Who Should You Choose, the video series where I go through the prior videos, questions, and comments and help you with your HUT lineup decisions. Since the last episode, we've gotten team of the season as well as the Ovechkin 99 overall, technically 99 overall, that we can get via upgrades and things like that. So do want to touch on, obviously, this episode, going to go over some of the questions and the most asked things. Kind of want to make a blanket statement. Obviously, the Ovechkin hitting 99, I'm happy that they had something prepared. I'm glad it wasn't just a headshot and like, hey, here's a milestone card, in the auction house or packs, go that. They have one that we could acquire. We go through all of the moments that actually make sense. The moments are actually really well done in that. They've got like the flaming hot stick celly and all of that. So I thought that was a nice touch. And then obviously getting him to 95 is pretty sweet. Don't love that we have to pay to go from 95 to 99, but specifically don't love that there is a timer on it. That is even if there wasn't a timer and it was just the 91 plus card, you have to save up and trade those in however long it takes. I don't understand why there is a timer for this. It really baffles me in that. And, if I ever get the chance to speak to the content team, I'll be sure to ask what was their thinking on that. I would assume everyone is going to say because it, increases FOMO and they can't. But at a certain point, you're like, legitimately, you have these great cards, the Titan cards, for example, awesome card art, and you're kind of just wasting it because once the week is done, like there is no more of those cards that can be acquired. So I just don't think that's maximizing the resources you've got. But anyways, for anyone that is wondering, I would stop making a team of the season card unless you are a fan of, Leon Draisaitl, like a diehard fan and you need to have that card to complete a theme team kind of situation, I would stop everything and make Ovechkin. It is the same cost once you get from 95 to 99. And I would 100% do it because you're paying up front for team of the year cards that we have to wait to get to 99. Ovechkin's already 99. So you avoid all of the waiting for them to upgrade cards, which we know has been a pretty brutal kind of scenario that has played out with upgradable cards all year. So for anyone wondering, do I make Ovechkin or do I keep working towards team of the season? Yes, both are timed, which is unfortunate. But if you can only make one, it's the Ovechkin to get it over with because it's already 99. So just want to bring that up. So let's get into some of the more recent questions. Chipotle Killer, what a name. Might be stupid, but is team of the season for this year or based on last year? So team of the season for anyone that is new to the game, it is basically the 2024-2025 season. So obviously McKinnon leading the league in points, Kucherov right behind him, Draisaitl with 50 goals already, for example. It's team of the year is the calendar year. So think January 1st, 2024, all the way to December 31st, 2024. Team of the season is this season that is happening. Hey, Slaves, this is going to be a tough thing to say, but I have to give EA credit here for sticking to their guns throughout the sets. Okay, what a way to start this one. Let me explain with some easy math. 3 times overall equals overall plus 2. The system they have been using, and it could be shown for the most part and actually discounted now looking back on it in every single one of their sets from X Factors to Icons. Okay, interesting. Team Builders, 16 times 77s for an 83. Normally 27 times for a plus 6. X Factor Season 1 was 38 75s for an 83. Normally it costs 81x for 8 plus. PWHL X Factors was 22 78s for an 84, and so on and so forth. Is this system working? Is this system a working system for future games? Personally, I think if the UI was more intuitive with the sets being all in one spot instead of scattered, it could be an easy system for newer players to follow. I will give you credit. It is, or I will acknowledge that it is a simple system. I think the major issue is when you get into the events, because while these cards, the X Factors, Team Builders, PWHL, Icons, all of that, one, they don't upgrade nearly at the same regularity as all the other cards that come out like event cards, right? If they were getting +1 every month, that'd be a little bit different scenario like they were in prior years. The issue isn't these cards at the beginning. It's the event items because of the cost and the fact that no matter what time of year, it is hard to pull an 85 and above. That's purple card. So anytime a purple card is pulled, it's not exactly easy. You see them a lot more this year than in prior years, I think. but it is still not easy. So when you get an 86 overall, it having the same value as an 85, that's where this system does not work. This is where in this game, if card overalls are going to be an economy, because that's what they are, right? It's not like an MLB where there is one economy. You don't, it is just stubs. That is it. That is the only thing you transaction to get cards, right? Um, the when it comes to NHL, you're trading in the overall of the card, right? Which is kind of tough because it devalues the actual name of the card. Like if you were to pull Connor McDavid right now, sweet, he's just an 85. Because 85s are used in sets and things like that. That's where the issue lies. And it was boring and lame and very simple, but the collectible system in the current tech that they have available to them, the collectible system is hands down the best for the player base. And the reason why is you trade in an 80 overall, you get a collectible. You trade in maybe 282, or you trade in, an 82, you get more 380, and so on and so forth, so that every overall has a value, right? You don't lose value where 88s and 87s are the same because it's an 87 88 trade in, right? That's where that needs to be reverted, I think. I don't disagree, though. Looking back, these cards are actually pretty cheap. The problem is at the beginning of the game, there was nothing else to chase. As progression goes along, these are very easy to make. But again, at the beginning of the game, don't forget, at the beginning of the game when everyone was trying to make power up icons, like 76s were like 5K a piece. It was insane. I want to acknowledge, though, I think that it is pretty easy for new players to understand after the initial part. Hey, Sleeves, lineup question. Is it worth using my fodder to make team of the season Kucherov and Makar? I have both of their X factors and about 15 to 16 91s to use. Or am I better off waiting to build a possible McDavid or other player? Also have 99 Ovi as an option. Lineup looks like this. Need to make 99 Ovi first. That is 100%. You've got X Factor Kucherov. The X Factor Kucherov is of all the X Factors and things like that, the team of the season Kucherov is far and away better than the X Factor Kucherov. Like if you have the X Factor Kucherov, at least you can upgrade it to 94, right? So that's cool. But the ability and the endurance, it's far better on the on that. Now when it comes to Makar, I can't think off the top of my head. I think his ability is really good. I think he has edges, doesn't he? Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I would look. Trade in his X Factor. I would try and do. You know what's funny? You might be able to do both of these. I just thought about this now. I can't, for anyone in the next episode, correct me if I'm wrong here, because again, all these events kind of bleed in together. When Team of the Year was going on, could you still use the X Factor trade in after you could no longer make those players? Like, what I'm wondering is the 1591s to make X Factor or the team of the season Kucherov, that set will disappear. But will the X Factor set disappear? That changes a lot of things, and I haven't seen anyone talk about that. I'm gonna ask the content team. I don't know if they'll get back to me, but I wonder if that set completely disappears. Because if that doesn't disappear, then you have 3 weeks to do that. Hey, Sleeves, I love the content. I've been watching since I discovered your page and a few years back and look forward to a September each year with the new NHL comes out. Thank you, man. I'm just having a tough time deciding what to do for my lineup. With Team of the Season out now, I am no money spent and I'm lucky to get many hours in. I typically just save for Fantasy, Team of the Year, Team of the Season because of the lack of playing, and then just one player per event with free things from challenges, etc. I was able to grind a bit more over the last few weeks with the Warp Speed event having 99 skating, which allowed me to finally finish the XP path for once. My lineup is, he's got Tippett, Madonna, McDavid, Team of the Year, Zetterland, oh man, I hope he scores, McKinnon, and Kachuk. I currently have enough to make McKinnon's Team of the Season, as I missed out on his Team of the Year. I could also make a Makar's Team of the Season at a discounted rate. I could really only afford to do one this week, and I'm hoping that Marner or Nylander gets a team of. I'm hoping that Marner or Nylander, since it is not for sure that either Leaf will. This decision has been tough. I think Nylander will because of the goals one. Do I make Makar this week and then wait to see if Nylander gets it? I would be blown away if Nylander doesn't get one, simply because A, if they go like the European route, B, he's second in goals. So like that would be pretty stunning. If You have his 90 overall team of the year. Oh, that's frustrating. I wouldn't want to leave the event not having McKinnon. I'll be honest with you. I also have vintage power up choice back that I open but I can't decide, or Lemieux or Gretzky. Any input would be great. Oh man, at this point, I would guess I would go Lemieux. The icons have been such a letdown. Ace Sleeves in community. Top 5 D-men in points are Makar, Werenski, Hughes, Hudson, and Bouchard. Werenski and Hughes and Hudson are all left-handed defensemen. Hughes was leaked for week 2. Do you think they'll go Bouchard over Hudson for the right D factor? I'm an Oil fan, so I'm really hoping so. This year, they haven't done the one forever position thing, so I think I think it'll probably be Hudson, especially because they'll probably do like a young gun one. They'll probably do like a rookie team of the season for Hudson. So maybe Bush. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. That'll be very close, dude. Very close. What's up, Sleeps? After grinding all day Saturday, I was able to make 1691 overall players and collectibles and my entire 85 and above collection. I have 5 remaining collectibles and will be able to continue to grab daily packs. I think with grinding more and the free packs, I should be able to perhaps build another 1591 overalls by week 3 if all goes well. I also have enough 8284s to make only 188 X Factor for exchange sets. However, with the 16 I have now, I'm super torn on what to do. I have X Factor Makar, so that would be the cheapest option. However, Werenski would lock up my decor. Then there's McKinnon, who would be a great right-handed winger for me. Any advice here? Should I shoot for someone this time around or wait for the other weeks? I'm also hoping that they release an attainable OV card for when he breaks a record. So it turns out he did. I would go. The problem is that you have Tippett and Natchez. You could go. It's Ovi's obviously there. He's better than all of them. Ovi to 99. Ovi to 99 and then wait. Hey, Sleeves, I have the X Factor Makar, and I don't really know whether it's worth it to trade him in for his team of the season, given that the X Factor has quick pick and is also 1 speed faster. What are your thoughts? Appreciate your channel. It probably is worth the trade in. If you could do 2, that would be massive. Ovechkin first, and then this. Adam says, I have enough 82, 84 players in my collection to make a captain season 2 X Factor. Should I take Draisaitl and make a team of the season or wait until week 3? I might have 1591 overalls to make someone. I don't have enough 91s to make another team of the season card for week 1, and I already have team of the year Makar, McKinnon, McDavid, and I have B&D X Factors, Cooch, and Nylander. I would trade it in and get the Draisaitl. Draisaitl's like the worst one simply because of the progression. If you really like his X Factor, I would do his team of the year at the discounted rate. If I have team of the year Keller, Warp Speed Sanderson, and Niedermeyer on the 3rd, and Sharpshooter Hanifin, do you think it'd be a good idea to make Werenski the only one that interests me this week? And I already had team of the year Makar, Kucherov, McDavid. I also feel we could see Hedman week 3. If that's your decor, I'm probably not making Werenski. No, I think that you've kind of overloaded that side. Hey, Slaves, I want to get your opinion on this. I was lucky enough to get Team of the Year Hellebuck, McKinnon, McDavid, Kucherov, and Hughes. I've exchanged them for the Team of the Season card, and the B&D version's coming back. I also do have Heisey and Poulin benched for them, hoping to get a card in week 2 or 3. So my current lineup, he lists below. I have Power Up Icon, Lidstrom, and Ginla on the bench. I didn't start making Power Up Icons until after January when I kept finding the base Power Up Icons for 2 to 5K-ish on the auction house. With that said, I have enough fodder right now to make 2 Team of the Season cards. I'm holding out hope for Eichel week 2 and thinking maybe Hedman if he gets one. My question for you is, if it gets down to week 3 and there are a couple cards short of a 3rd Team of the Season, would you trade in Fantasy Hockey ASP and Dvorsky? Yes, 100%. Yeah, you can move on from those guys if it is the difference between you making a Team of the Season card or not. Also, would you consider using Warp Speed cards that swap in and out of your lineup? No. I would not be trading in your Warp Speed cards because, again, the fantasy, like McKinnon and Kucherov and Makar are pretty close to 99 skating, but you've already got, like, the Warp Speed cards are just so good. So I would do everything I could to not trade those in. NHL 25 is the worst, most unenjoyable game I've ever played. There are aspects of NHL 25 that I am concerned about for the future of the franchise. It's the only hockey game we got. There are still a lot of things I enjoy about it. Number one, it's a hockey video game. But man, if you're not enjoying it, I've said this all year round, just simply go try a different game, man. It's completely okay. A lot too many of us are addicted to the same game. It's not just NHL, Call of Duty, MLB, whatever game that you put in all of your free time. Most of those games aren't designed to be able to provide you with enough to grasp your attention for that long. They're year-round games, right? Like unless you're playing World of Warcraft or Elder Scrolls or something that has like an insane amount of replayability, there's just no way for those games to always give you a good time. Just one comment, Sleeves. What are your thoughts? 243 84s to make a 91. 3,645 84s will get you a team of the season player. That's because of the trade-in. Yeah, this was what I was talking about earlier. It's the fact that every team or every overall does not have a value that they can trade in for a collectible, and then that amount of collectibles is used to trade in for these event things. 100% massive issue there, and I really hope that they figure it out. Like I said, I'll go on a bit of a rant here. Like the ways that I would clean up Hut for next year is number one, address chase cards. Either wipe them out and make it very public that you are going away from that, so we don't run into the same situation where the player base, because of the last 10 years of the game, expect cards to upgrade, and we're just left with million coin cards that we grinded months for that just really don't. I mean, like a Ginla and Gretzky doesn't even make people's lineups really anymore. If that's the case, I hope they don't get rid of them. I want to make that very clear. I think chase cards are necessary. It's an RPG element, a team building element that everyone enjoys, chasing after those like high end cards that you'll be able to use all year. But at least be open and honest about it. Go back to the collectible system. Same thing for Hut Champs. Hut Champs, every win gives you X amount of collectibles. Then you take those collectibles and do whatever you want with them. The XP path, put 200 more tiers in there and make it almost equivalent to Rivals rewards from last year. Just overload the XP path. If you want to put a daily cap on it, wouldn't recommend that, but go ahead if you're scared of people, kind of blowing through it, sure. But just allow us to play the game the way we want so that when we get to the end of the XP path, it's repeatable as well. So we can keep earning packs every time we play so that a lot of people like myself or other content creators, not even content creators, there's so like I haven't even finished the XP path this last season because the game I have overplayed it over the last few years, right? So I'm really dabbling in other stuff, and I'm just making sure that I am informed enough to know so I can give you guys advice on the new stuff that comes out. But really, I've only played, I've got Kachuk, but I haven't maxed it out, right? And that's really the first time that this has happened to me in NHL, and maybe it's just burnout in term. I've been doing this for 7 years now. Um, but also shout out to everyone on my YouTube channel. I just hit 70,000 on YouTube. Massive milestone for me. I didn't even think I'd get to 10,000, and I am 30K now. 100K is my goal because it really won't change anything, but I won't retire and change or even have the thought of it until I get to 100. I want that because it's something so few people have been lucky enough to do. So for anyone that's subbed, thank you guys so much. But yeah, when it comes to the content, like we need to have communication, not the game changers or the design council, whatever they're called. I'm talking just EA to the internet, to the player base. We need more of that. It's a live content team. Take one of the developers and just make them their role to be communicating all the time with the new events, how things are working, why certain cards were chosen. That would just be such a massive win so that we can start to understand. Like I mentioned, whenever a new event comes out, I have to sit there and try and decipher what they're trying to do. Like, okay, as the developer, they're trying to get us to go to team of the season sets. We go to team of the season sets, upgrade that team of the season card, then we could trade that team of the season card in for, and so on and so forth. I would just love to avoid all of that confusion because not everyone watches myself or other creators. Just have the content team tweet out a blog or something. It's like, here's the pathing that we think or that is intended for you guys to do. This is how you do it. And then everyone can be like, oh, okay, here's how it goes. And we don't have to enjoy it, but at least we know. I think that would go a long way. But that's going to do it for episode 110. Good Lord. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.